decided to change up who I went on this mission.
I'm almost getting used to seeing you on your feet again.
I have a bonus with Ghost Rider. I don't really want to use
almost.
them yet. I want to unlock that next mission on research with Blake, because that seems like it'd be more useful.
I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate? I did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
The shockwave would shatter most of the glass in my approach point. Not if you're wearing shades. Step through portal.
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. We need to recover whatever intel we can if we're going to find out exactly what's going on down there.
I serve until the end.
Oh. Cool.
Looks like Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world-ending calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
Let's see.
It is all coming back to me. You have earned this.
Well, that's gonna be awesome.
Maybe you do not realize the trouble you are in, friend.
They're mine.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Who's next? Hail Hydra! Looks like they call for help.
These are books on the game.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus, and I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
Hail.
Watch and learn. Let's do it.
I am impressed.
It's on. Exactly what I needed. We will never forsake her.
You're mine.
They're almost here. Hold position.
Still.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure.
Getting better every day.
Is that all? Now they're really in trouble. One more go. What did we learn today?
For Hydra!
scumbags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods! All is possible with Mother!
I'm on it. At least Hydra Green is iconic. If you're a low-rent mercenary, I mean. Think they can arrest you for that in New York, Blade.
That should keep them grounded. Now let's get everything back to the Abbey for analysis.
Such arrogance. Our brave soldiers will never allow you.
Oh, shut up already. Take them down.
We will not fail.
Over the years, Lilith's disciples have come in many forms.
Come get it.
I was gonna screw this one up. I don't think I did
Interesting.
very good.
Let's do it.
Well done. Seems like that's the last of them.
Last. There are more heads to the Hydra than you will ever comprehend, heroes. This is a minor setback at most.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory.
Well done. If Hydra wasn't paying attention before, they are now. Stay sharp.
Count on it.
That was sick. Okay.
Hunter?
Feeling a chill, Magic?
You could say that. I've been staring at the night sky trying to figure it out.
Figure what out?
You're observant, Hunter. You tell me.
You are trying to figure out how to bring Wanda back.
Close, Hunter. But no. Something much more sinister has grabbed my attention.
Sinister?
When I was holding the transdimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see, I said. I sensed something there.
Favoritism.
But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
We should inform the others of any potential danger.
Warn them of what? One of Magic's airy-fairy gut feelings? The Avengers are already unsure of us. I do not need to add to that. Best not say anything until I am better able to articulate it. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter. I still have a lot of thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
Whew. Yeah, she's not like me at all. She is hard to get to like.
Why, hello, Hunter.
That's all right. What happened there?
There's my hunter.
Keep, make sure there's nothing weird.
Curious.
Who do I want to hang out with?
Always memorable when you get to bust up some ghouls in Manhattan. You know, the end of the world is really messing up my travel plans.
Where did you plan to go?
All over the place. Calcutta, Vladivostok, Cape Town, Perth. Maybe swing through Transia on the way back.
I see. You are going to these places to hunt vampires.
No. Maybe. It's not the primary reason, but yes, it might happen.
Then why do you want to travel?
Meet up with some other vampire hunters across the world, share some new tactics.
So it is about hunting vampires.
So you think you're clever for guessing the professional vampire hunter wants to hunt more vampires?
No. Maybe.
That's what I thought. Didn't expect to have that much fun.
Got more of this stuff around. Let me go to the rooms. Jesus, Jesus. That's what we need.
Good girl, Charlie.
You feeling all right?
Well,
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter. If you're going to continue our little investigation of the Abbey, they'll be vital to your success.
Investigation?
A side project, but a potentially transformative one. With my blessing, Wanda was working to uncover what may be the most powerful.
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here?
Standing in the library?
I've given you free rein so you could get back on your feet, but I never thought you'd pull something like this.
What is it you think I am doing, exactly?
Don't be coy. It
does not suit you. I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Oh, Sarah. I never thought of this place like that.
Of course you didn't. And now, it's done. Why should I ever stand in your way?
That anger wasn't meant for you, dear. You know that, right? Don't hold it against Sarah.
She may try to mask her feelings, but you know she is struggling with what happened. Why are you hiding from her?
For most people, the captivating relationships of their lives are formed over a matter of days and years. Sarah and I spent centuries together exploring this world, fighting the darkness, watching cities and even nations form and then crumble. And yet we persevered together.
You still have not answered my question.
It may be difficult to understand, but she needs this time. Sending Wanda away, sealing the library, that elaborate memorial she conjured up. She didn't waste any time trying to bury what happened.
You are right. I do not understand.
It isn't up to me to reveal myself. It's up to her to accept what happened and allow herself to grieve. When that happens, we'll see each other again, but not before.
I trust you will do what is right for Sarah. So, what is it you are looking at here?
Yes, we should get back to the real reason I asked you to meet me here. Wanda's journal. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Many of its secrets remain hidden, even after all this time.
Even to you?
Even to me. Wanda had taken to exploring the grounds in search of a strange energy we both sensed. Knowing that Sarah had no intention of waking you to investigate, Wanda felt it was up to her to take your place. Of course, being the clever girl that she is, her notes are written in an ancient, transient cipher that I've only just begun to understand. Have a look at the first entry.
My appreciation and adoration for Agatha has left me vulnerable to feelings I have not known for centuries. I want her by my side, and I wish her to join me for what we will be facing in the coming years. Though, I admit that it may be selfish of me to share these risks. I find myself in the very position I once criticized and judged Lilith for, and it brings me shame. As blood descendants, we are not meant to bring children into this world, or love another as she did, as I love Agatha. Was I wrong to judge Lilith so harshly, or am I wrong now? It is hard to face. I found myself wanting to be with Agatha, just as Lilith felt with Gregor and their child. To have a family, to love and be loved by another. It wasn't long before they found us. I could see the torches moving about the edge of the forest. The group held back for a bit before a single torch approached. The figure came up toward the entrance and placed a hand on the rock base, just a stone's throw away from where I was perched. I moved closer and could see that it was Shaw himself. He moved his hand over the rock and said something strange I couldn't quite make out. A low groan started up and bits of the ceiling began to rain down on me. I leapt back and toppled in the chamber below where the others were huddled together, shrieking. That's the history of what happened.
Hunter, hello.
From above and below, from the old world to the new, we must remain ever vigilant for any sign the universe offers us. There is no unease too slight, no suspicion too minor. Nothing can be ignored. You must understand that lost page is his final chronicle and the key to his return. We must ensure it remains lost. There is simply no duty greater in this world. This wasn't your choice, but it is now your obligation. You may think that unjust, and you'd be right, But your sacrifice, like mine, will serve something far greater than ourselves. Gaia is the protectorate of our world and the single power that holds the darkness at bay. Her mere presence is vital to restoring balance within the Elder Gods and revitalizing the Earth itself. Followers of Gaia seek to channel her restorative powers and aid her against Chthon and its minions. Can I use this on this? Paintings. They all have something in, so let's do this. I have to restore what I've taken from the altar. The damage I've done can only be reversed when all the elemental rods have been returned.
I'm sure it still seems a bit cryptic, but Wanda was definitely onto something. If you remember my altar, that's where she was conducting her experiments.
An investigation that involves experiments? Why do I feel like you are going to get me into trouble?
Since when has that ever stopped you? Let's meet out at the altar. I'll try to do a better job of explaining from there. Charlie will show you the way if you've forgotten.
Alright, Charlie, let's do this. Good girl. Oh, I have been up here.
Like most things on the grounds here, there's more to this place than meets the eye. Do you remember the words I taught you as a child?
Are you going to make me say it?
Humor an old, dead woman.
Oh. Hocus pocus.
Oh.
You haven't lost your touch, dear. The words may be simple, but these plinths won't appear for just anyone. Each represents one of the basic elements, their power activated only by the elemental rods they would normally be holding.
And where are the elemental rods now?
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately. A side effect of Wanda's experiments here.
Let me guess.
That's right. I want you to find the missing rods and return them here. Hopefully, as I decipher Wanda's journal, her notes will aid in the search.
But you have not actually told me what the greater purpose is here. What are we doing this for?
All in good time, dear. After what happened with Wanda, I'd rather you take things slowly. In fact, I don't want you overthinking this little project. There's no rush, and you don't have to help if you don't feel like it. But there is one more thing before I head back to the library.
Arcane key.
An arcane key.
Just a little something. A token for your efforts so far. The key can be used to open that chest nearby. Like so many other oddities around here, those chests tend to appear before those who deserve them most. Make yourself that person.
That seems intentionally vague.
It's more fun that way, isn't it? I'll be in the library working on the translations if you need me, dear. Good luck.
Perhaps I should try this somewhere else. This does not work.
I see.
The old magic still holds. What was Wanda up to here? Only one more to go.
Feeling well today, dear?
You said something earlier about the blood.
In a world full of mysteries, the blood have managed to remain even more mysterious than most. They were an ancient race, said to be born of the Elder Gods. As I understand it, they were very strict about maintaining their bloodline. That's probably why you don't hear about them very often. And yet, here you are, one of their direct descendants.
Are there others?
It's quite possible. But even if there are, they might not even know it themselves. Somehow, I take comfort in that.
What they do not know cannot hurt them.
Indeed.
What do you know about the moon seals?
Presumably forged by the gods themselves, I like to think of a moon seal as both a lock and a key. With the right power, wielded by the right person, the energy of the seal is unleashed, creating a conduit to the Elder Gods.
And I am that right person?
Just another benefit of being descended from the blood. Lucky you, dear.
After our last battle, what happened to Lilith?
You were in the woods. You and your mother obviously came to blows. But we found no wounds, no evidence of what happened at all. A silent, deathly embrace between mother and child. We had hoped you would both find peace in the next life.
But she's not buried here?
No. We entrusted her to the Knights of Wondergore, the ancient protectors of your ancestral homeland in Transia. I don't think they ever expected to contend with an organization like Hydra, and I doubt Lilith spared any who survived her reawakening.
What would Wanda want with your altar?
What can I say? Some people have a curious, adventurous itch that just has to be scratched. I was one of them, and so was Wanda. Caretaker, not so much. But I see it again in you, Hunter.
So you encouraged her exploration?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? What good is being as powerful as we are if we're just going to spend all our time cooped up within these walls? What's the worst that could happen? You got me there, dear.
Where did the words of power come from?
While I often call them blessings or gifts of the old gods, the words of power are actually powerful invocations tuned to the unique energies found in descendants of the blood.
And Caretaker used the words as well?
Of course, dear. Sarah used the words of power on the Abbey grounds just as you do today. Many of the areas you encounter that seem receptive to these spells are actually the result of Sarah's frequent undertakings.
So that's everything there. I know where the last thing is. So the door can open. I will do that in a second. So many doors. But first, I want to open this crate so that I can Where a pallet. Ah, cool.
The goddess of order approves. An elemental rod. I should take this back to the altar.
Let's in moss cover most of the stone's earth-colored surface. Leave it on the ground for even a moment, and it quickly lost among the halo of plants that spring up from the ground around it. Alrighty. Did I not notice this before, though?
Oster smiles upon me.
See, that's gonna be something. Reminds me of the Eye of Horse. Break that. Hulk smash. If I had Hulk, he would bust it for me. He's a pal. And this place is huge. Hey. Wow.
I was always drawn to this place as a child, but somehow I had almost forgotten about it. Ah, I see.
The doll from her father. Let's finish time on this one.
This rubble looks loose.
Nope.
The goddess must be busy.
Oh, these chicken mushrooms. Oh, no, doll. This doll never had to leave its family behind. Maybe that's why I made it.
Was I ever really this innocent? Maybe before I started my training.
Notes on hedge magic. A recipe book. One of the few works on hedge magic that treats the subject with respect. Unlock recipes, modern attack essence, iron, oak, charm. Cool.
This is which sign?
Oh, Journal of Hiram Shaw. Today, with the help of my loyal followers, I continue to work on the foundation of this house of worship. I knew I was called here to this spot for a reason, and praise be, I have found that reason. This page I have unearthed is no ordinary parchment, but whispers to me, calling me to extend my influence and share these words with the people of this village. When he calls, I will listen, for I am his faithful servant. The page whispers to me, and I weep with joy. It is the most clear example of his hand that I have ever witnessed. That's not bad. That's not good. That might be the page I didn't want him to find. Great job, guys. Let's set everything down.
She believes in our purpose.
Cool. Oh, cool.
My old fort. Caretaker was furious when she found I had built this. I wonder what she was really afraid of.
This down was from my mother before things changed.
I never got the chance to truly know my mother. Only the monster she became.
I think watercolor illustrations almost jump off the page. This unlocks more recipes, minor heroic essence, and a rare gift. Cool. Here's Jim. Sometimes I wake still caught up in my dreams. I am running but seemingly going nowhere. The dream seems to go on and on. It is dark and freezing. I am trying to hide, make myself as small as possible to not be seen or heard. Sometimes there are strange voices screaming from far away, and I am on my feet again, running. I'm never fast enough. Feels like these dreams are distant memories, or maybe something yet to come. But when I shake away the sleep, I'm safe and warm. Agatha and Sarah are here. Everything feels okay.
The Standing Stones. There is powerful magic at work here.
Jean Grey stands powerfully and summons flames from her palms, holding her stance and waiting for the next move. This card represents instinct and wisdom with a hint of mystery. Mystery might be appropriate. Oh, cool. Cane cooking for the gifted amateur. This amount of skill essence, rune of aggression. Oh, leather sniper. Cool. Just another challenge. Let's save it real quick, just in case.
I need to find the next moon seal.
Oh. We only have so much time before the little shadow falls upon the ground. Until then, I must continue to train. I must continue to become who I am destined to be. I am the hunter. I will hunt. Oh.
The Great Seer, known as Endra Moore, is buried here. Much like Nico, her powers came dangerously close to crossing the line. But she was among the most loyal of the Midnight Suns.
Wow. Oh.
Perhaps a witch from the Salem Coven made this.
The people of Salem line up outside, drooling at the chance to be part of this congregation. I cannot be more pleased with how many seek out the truth within these walls. With the guidance of Chthon and the power within this page, I will set them free. I am the one that has been chosen, and I praise Chthon for granting me this blessing and his power. Yet, where there is light, there are those who oppose it. A coven of witches stalks around us, deceiving my flock and sowing the seeds of distrust. They will be stopped. That's everything. Okay, yeah, that's that bit. Alright. Whew. Oh yeah, I did not go this way, so I probably can't. Oh, cool. Caretaker never did like the idea of being idolized in doll form.
Caretaker hardly spoke of him, but I like to imagine my father was a great hero whose spirit protected these woods.
I think I wrote this way. Oh, I feel like there's a statue or something there. See, that's gonna be the next power though I get. I see that symbol all over the damn place now. Lilith is no longer the light that she once was. All that remains is darkness. Darkness that wears the face of the woman I once called my mother. I am prepared to lay down my life, for many will perish if I do not act. Only one of us shall walk away from the storm that awaits. It will be me. I can feel it. There are only moments left.
That is something.
Symbolic totems crudely constructed to honor the elder gods. Little tips and tricks quarterly is a must-have for any forging enthusiast. Delivery fees apply. Strength tonic and a common gift.
Interesting.
Or with the constructs. Wanda's journal. They stopped tending to this grave some time ago. Guess I'm the only one that comes out here these days, so I get it. It's so sad, though. It was hundreds of years ago, but I can feel so much sorrow in this place. For a loss like that, a husband, father, that doesn't just go away. Maybe that's why everything happened the way it did. More totems.
Fascinating.
More totems. Oh. Snap.
I should have known you'd wind up here eventually. You were somehow always here as a child.
If only I had known him. And still you masked even this from me. My own father's grave?
It wasn't you I was hiding it from. I've been making a lot of apologies to you lately. Now, they probably don't mean that much. But I am sorry, Hunter. Lilith's relationship with your father went against our ways, our purpose, or so I believed at the time. It was the Elder Gods themselves who first breathed life into us. Human notions like falling in love couldn't possibly be part of their plan.
And then you met Agatha.
If only I'd realized it sooner. I might have been a little kinder towards him, especially at the end.
What happened?
A great sickness came upon this area just before you were born. Your father was one of the first to fall.
With all your power, the two of you, you could not save him?
Lilith was a gifted healer, but this was no ordinary plague. The corruption went beyond his physical body. In the end, there was nothing we could do.
What did Lilith do?
She did what anyone would have done. She grieved. But in her grief, she lost herself, and her grief turned into anger.
Is that when you took me from her?
It wasn't long after that. Things started to fall apart before my eyes. I couldn't see another way out but to run.
The plague that turned her into the mother of demons?
No, this was something else, but cut from the same cloth. Your mother was no longer the woman I knew. The sister I had fought alongside for centuries. She was gone.
I have never heard you talk this way before, Sarah.
It's hard to walk the grounds here without churning up so many old memories. Maybe now you understand why I don't venture out here that often anymore.
You were not affected by the plague?
We were all affected, whether we were among the sick or not. I'm sure there was a time when your mother and I both would have just as soon join the dead than continue to watch the villagers suffer.
I cannot imagine you ever reaching that point.
Lilith may have been the most skilled herbalist in the New World. I saw her perform near miracles with the potions she concocted from the plants in her garden. She was consumed by the idea of finding a cure.
But she never found one.
No, despite her efforts, nothing ever worked.
I can see how that would be a dark time for both of you.
With darker times still to come.
Thank you, Sarah. Your timing may need work, but I appreciate the honesty.
Anything for you, Hunter. Anything.
If only it were always this easy to bring a family together.
I'm almost getting used to seeing you on your feet again.
Tell me about my father.
Believe it or not, you could thank your father for those good looks of yours. There is a striking resemblance.
I only have the faintest memory of him. What was he like?
He was honest. A working man, you could say. Authentic. Of course, I still didn't like him, but that wasn't really his fault. I'm old enough to admit that now.
But he loved my mother?
He loved her, and she was smitten with him. As the story goes, they were happy together. For a time.
Until I came along?
You were an unexpected gift, but a welcome one. Your father was very proud.
I wish I could talk with him now.
I know that feeling all too well, kiddo.
It's just so confusing to get around. Okay, yeah, I did.
Intriguing.
Oh, it's Pet Cemetery. That's creepy. Oh, that's lovely too. Agatha always makes me laugh. My aunt is so serious. Always. Sometimes I catch her smiling like a little girl, but only when she's with Agatha. With me, she's just serious. The way she looks at me sometimes, I don't think she knows that I see it, but I do. She's afraid. She's afraid that I'm going to be just like my mother. I think that's everything.
There. Finished.
The moon seals are ancient talismans of the old gods. And in your case, they are the keys to unlocking an even greater gift.
Is that why Wanda was here? In pursuit of this gift?
Just as we started with you as a child, I allowed Wanda to experiment here, with the hope of focusing her powers through training in basic elemental magic.
But that is not what happened.
Wanda's connection to the old gods, to Chthon, was not the same as yours. She isn't descended from the blood, and the trials weren't meant for her.
But you knew this before she started?
I did. And you should understand that I regret not putting a stop to her efforts sooner.
Then what really happened here?
When Wanda tried to use this moon seal to access the next trial, the Bloodgate didn't open, but the seal's power did have an effect. She had visions, both terrible and somehow alluring at the same time. What started as idle curiosity became a compulsion for her.
And now I am on the same path. So where is the next Bloodgate?
Beyond the Standing Stones, if memory serves. I doubt you'll have any trouble finding it.
What's that? Those are cool little she wants me to talk to her again.
We may have woken you up to save the world, but just think where the Abbey would be without your efforts, Hunter. The magical energies flowing through the grounds are converging on the altar, drawn to it like moths to a flame.
As a child, it never occurred to me how important this altar was to you.
Where would a fabled witch be without her various accoutrements? Just as your swords are an extension of your power, so too are my altar, the cauldron, and the library.
And now that the altar has been restored?
It's time we start using them to our advantage. Come by the library tomorrow night, and we'll conjure something together. Oh, and thank you again for the help, dear. I see you found one of the elemental rods. If you'd like to keep going, you may keep searching for more. I see you found another of our mystic landmarks. These are the Standing Stones. Your ancestors among the blood used them to converse with the Elder Gods.
How does that work?
Members of the blood would gather among the stones and enter a sort of meditative trance. They say the gods would hear their thoughts, but the blood never knew for sure who was listening on the other end. Some of the older texts refer to a series of glyphs etched on the stones, but at first glance they seem to have been scoured clean by time itself.
Could they still be revealed somehow?
You read my mind, Hunter. I suspect the glyphs are still here. They just need the right words of encouragement, if you catch my meaning.
Oh. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Where's my bed? That's the porch. What's that? No. Alright. See my gear. Alright, we're gonna save here. Actually, we're gonna Alright, that's where we're gonna stop. When we come back, I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up, maybe go on a mission, do the challenge door thingy, see what's going on. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. It's a lot of story in this game, really enjoying it, the lore, all that kind of cool stuff. Look forward to see what happens next, so yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, because I really appreciate it. And it helps the channel grow. Until next time, love you guys. Take care. See you guys soon. Bye.